I'm looking for streamline.
Why?
Because it's the only black market decal I could get that actually looks decent.
Get biomass, no jokes.
Biomass is 350 to 450. Streamline's 400 to 500.
Streamline is a nice decal though. I remember when I had that titanium white Jaeger.
No, but I want to get my Interstellar back, but I'm not going to be able to.
Especially since if I'm going to get rid of mine, it's going to be for credits.
I'll be best.
Oh my god.
You think? You know, like Courage made a video on like saying like doing a random gun challenge in Warzone.
Yes.
Do you want to try that sometime?
Random class. Maybe.
Best. Me and Declan done it. I got an M4A1, you know, with the smoke thing.
Yeah. Right.
And then I got the 725, I think it was.
Call of Duty RCG. Oof. MK2 carbine with sniper scope, triple grip tape, fragile. I'm looking at this right now, like M4A1 muzzle brake, FSS 14.5 tac light, no stock, presence of mind, smoke screen. And then the 357. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's some harsh loadouts in there. Like crossbow and the AX-50.
Yeah, that's the thing though, like I don't want it to include DLC weapons. R9 shotgun and the Joker. Oh Jesus. Imagine.
Imagine winning a game with that, and we was going to do the one chest challenge, but then definitely not.
One chest challenge, oof. Just turn my fan off, because otherwise I'm going to cane electric.
You want to know what loadout I got yesterday?
What?
The Growl and the K98. I'll just a silent though.
I might just make it so it's like a random number generator with like 10 classes.
We're on 2 different websites. I'm using the one that covers me. Are you streaming?
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell are they, them geezers? Okay.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna McDonald's.
Nice.
I'm gonna be watch now. I'm gonna get food poisoning again. How much you want to bet?
Yeah.
Are you just flexing your skins?
Mm-hmm.
Jack banger. Fish stick. Like whenever I say that, it sounds like it says fish dick. Actually, not someone having a fishy dick. Actually, I do not want to imagine that.
It's about to say, Jesus.
Sean beat Josh and Logan. Do you believe that?
Hmm.
The sniping bro, or does that say pro?
Bro.
Because you that said you were going to say Scrims soon. Or when you actually doing soon.
Yeah.
I thought I got too quick yesterday.
Subs to 4 people on the stream. Oof, I got removed. Alright,
No.
let me go back up to fucking Galaxy Scout. There's...
What, because you're flexing too hard for them?
I don't know, I think James sold his Renegade account and got a whole new account.
What, did he sell it for a packet of quavers?
No, it actually looks like a decent account. That's if he sold it, I don't know. He might just fucking...
Be his other account.
No, he might have just bought up to like to 100, bought the Galaxy Scout. But then again, there was skins on there that I ain't seen come out in a while.
Like what?
Like Swamp Stalker and fucking skins like that.
I might do the hype now, I'm slowly changing my mind.
I mean, you got 5 minutes until it starts. I'm not taking this seriously. But
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna land authority every game.
every game. Just whatever you do, do not do Hype Night Plus.
I'm gonna do hype night plus.
Top 100% minus 300 hype.
Okay.
Top 50% you get 0 hype. You need to get at least top 20% in order to get hype.
Okay, stop my fuck my
That's why I'm doing normal Hype Night, because I just know for a fact I'm going to get like top 50% because I haven't played this game in so long.
No, you're gonna lose hype if you do hype night plus. I know, I'm probably gonna lose hype.
Like Wednesday, I've got the
Yeah.
fucking cash cup.
Is it duos, solo, trios?
I think it's solos. No, trios.
Fuck.
I think the platform one's solo. Yeah, platform. Platform is solos. Oh shit, we got FNCS qualifiers today. It's the final. It starts in 4 minutes.
I'm gonna qualify for FNCS. I'm that good. Yeah.
Mate,
Yeah.
me qualifying for FNCS, man. Imagine.
I'm in the finals of it. I'm too good. Benji Fishy, who are you? Burger, who are you?
Oh my god. Actually, I want to have a look at the King semis. Not
Wait,
ghost
Mr.
it.
Savage, I've never heard of your name. Can't be that famous.
And then ends up coming into one of your streams and being like, "What the fuck you saying to me, you little shit?"
Well, good way to get Mr. Savage in my stream.
I guess.
So when the next stream I'm gonna say, Mr. Savage, who are you? Can't be that famous. Imagine how much hate I'm gonna get.
Fucking hella hate. Damn. I don't even see Benji Fishy's in the top 100.
Give him time, man.
No, like the semi-finals is over. And I don't even see him in the top 100.
You might have checked the... Oh wait, when it's...
In the Open. Let's have a look at the Open.
No.
He didn't even get in the Open, it don't look like.
Wait, did he actually not even qualify for it?
Doesn't fucking look like
Who
it.
are you? I need to stop.
Yeah, you really do.
Moi's got a new video out. Yes.
Oh, I'll watch it later.
I'm gonna search.
Wait, Benji. Oh, wait. No, Benji is streaming.
Did he qualify?
I'm so confused. Like, he's not. All I can see is that he's not on leaderboards.
He's probably just too. Oh my god. He's probably just too good at the game. They don't even need to show him on the leaderboard.
Reach Champion League. The stage occurs across 3 rounds. The top 50 players from round 3 in each region will advance to the season finals. Players will also accumulate series points based on each qualifier's results, and top performers will also be invited to the season finals.
So wait, he must have. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh wait, that's the
Compete in the Fortnite Champion Series, Chapter 2, Season 3 for a share of the $5 million total prize pool.
$5 million. No.
No.
That's the last tournament. DreamHack Online.
No, that's not the last tournament.
No, it's. I mean, like on the.
Oh, the DreamHack Finals? Yeah, that's on August 23rd.
That's apparently in 2 days.
I hate having delay, man.
Right, if you're gonna get on now. 15 seconds.
I'm on now. Chill your beans.
Good boy.
Don't call me a good. You know, for that deal.
No, I'm
Don't feel like
joking.
dislike.
No.
Fuck you.
'Cause if you do that, I'll dislike bot you. Jokes.
Deal, walk your stream. Take it back now.
Galaxy or Iconic thumbnail? Which one?
Galaxy. Because you're running Galaxy's down. It's a husband. Wait, I didn't know Tuesday May had a husband. Not funny. I'm gonna go. Ah, no!
What?
I went into the hype night course.
Oh.
I'm back from McDonald's.
Oh my god. Goes into the Hype Night Plus. I. I mean, the streamer saying that Benji did qualify.
Benji did qualify? Wait, where's my crosshair?
No time for the finals? Nah, bro. Fuck that.
Girl.
Let's go with the 5 gift. Let's fucking go, bro. Thank you, Petra, dude. Appreciate my
Jokes
guys.
on you, I didn't go on the hype night course. I was getting hype night course when I was going on. That's why I
halfway near the
screamed.
prime, 17 and 9
And then when I
months.
was logging
And
onto it, it
hopefully
said
you
hype
still as
night.
well. No. Thank you, dude. My guy. Everything for the prime.
And then you realise that actually was the High Night Plus.
Rex prime.
Oh
Then
shit!
you know what's funny? I'm going authority right now.
You're gonna lose like 350 hype. Like, I
just died to a pistol.
Oof.
And I had to charge.
Alex, thanks for the sub, man.
Alex. I'm already wanna give up with this tournament. Go. Yum. No stress.
No stress, yeah, I know, man.
Yeah, no stress.
I mean, I'm not really taking this tournament seriously anyway. It's only hype now.
2,800 V-Bucks.
Keep wishing.
Gives me 3 more. Do anyone that give you the go out to scout them down?
Till how late is hype night? It's the exact same time as FNCS, I think. Dope skin combo. Cheers, man. Fuck's sake.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Oh man, don't let me place the wall. You see, he had a fucking like, he had a tag. If I had like a tag, I would have been a little bit more aggressive, but 1 point.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You do.
Yeah.
I actually got the drum gun.
Oh, no way.
No way. I knew you were about to say that. And guess what? Guess what? I have a blue charge.
No way.
In it. No way. And you know what else I have?
What?
The vault key.
Oh, no way. Alex, don't forget to share out the stream with all your mates, man. I'm doing a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers.
What would you do if you had like 1,000 mates? And they all sold.
Then that'll put me on 1.8k.
What would you say to Alex?
I would fucking give him mod. I'll fucking make sure he plays with me every single day.
What kind of play?
Or every single stream.
What kind of play?
Ha ha ha, hilarious.
Like fiddle?
Ha ha ha, hilarious.
Like fiddling with your
If you cannot hear the sarcasm in my voice, ha ha, hilarious. That's the sound of me giving a fuck.
Oh, you're being serious. You're not being serious.
Nice easy salty springs landing. Oh my god, who still runs the droop skin? Not the droop skin, slurp.
Blue skin.
The slurp skin.
Ah, leave me alone. And the marauders.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Easy.
Points and then the second game.
I'm on 6 points in my second game. Oh, by the way, I don't suggest picking up bounce pads. Because you can get banned because there's a bug going around about it at the moment. Have you not finished your game yet? Damn it. GTR, what's up, man? If you're new, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and share out the stream. Ooh. Oh, no, you did not. Oh, I hit him for a 1-1-1. Oof. GG's. Yo, ain't all something. Jesus fucking Christ. First place, that's fucking 21 points. Placed 17th on 15 LMs. Jesus. Hey, now, why did you just delete a message? At least you just says hello. But okay. Anyway, give me a sec.
did he now remove his comment?
I don't know.
He only said hello. Only 5 points in my third game.
5 points in your third game. I'm going into my third game right now on 7.
Like I've already loaded it to it, but I've been landing authority, haven't I?
Yeah. I suggest landing somewhere other than authority this game. Try and get...
I don't really care about tournaments anymore, so I'm just going to...
I landed salty.
I'm legit so confused. And I'm dead.
Now, lost them to the river, but at
Yep,
the same
no,
time, like now that
I'm
these
done with
things
this
are here,
game.
how will they change? Is this usual, where people got comfortable with their drops,
Oh,
want to push
YouTube.
out these titans?
Yeah, also, oh, go ahead, sorry. No, sorry, I hate to interrupt, but have to say, Mitra sliding in 100th place, now we'll be able to see the absolute glory and kind of his best factor when he's competing against the best maybe barely able to wade his way through the masses. We know he took an early round 1 exit on the first day. Okay, so nice to see him finally claw back up there, but it'll be tough.
Yeah, and actually to kind of pivot a little bit, that's what's interesting is like we look at like barely squeaking in is like yeah, it is kind of the case, but at the same time it's like man, it's so hard to make that cut, right? To go from 3,000 players down to 100, you have to know all these guys are playing at their very best, and now they have to do it one more time, 6 straight games. Now of course it's time. Gentlemen, I'm getting word. The battle bus is being launched. We are ready to go. Get this first game up.
Ethan, 410. Thanks for the sub, my guy.
Thank you so much, guys. And yes, it is an interesting day focused on EU because there were a lot of missing persons cases in the EU finals yesterday. And today we get to kind of see if it's going to change. We got the ball of Clay here, the ball of TW and Clay Staley, propping in the game 1, Clay.
all of play is key. Talking about this versus let's use the comes from things that have been struggling.
There are so many different people trying to claw their way back up on day 2, and it's been a marathon for them. They mentioned Mitra on the desk, and we have to mention him again because he barely clawed his way into round 3 today. You're gonna have to try to make the easy qualification in the top 50. At least that's the goal, because we don't want to see a seasonal finals without Mitra. Of course, that is so far out of the realm of possibility once he starts qualifying for these round 3s, but anything is possible.
That's the best thing about Fortnite. Anything is possible. It's all changed in a matter of a minute, a second. You can do headshots, but you could run across marauders and a double RPG. Happening, and we're hoping for good things here for the competitors today. We're gonna put out deep, absolutely dominating the past couple of months. Began again in the 8th today. This year again, showing a rematch performance was definitely not a fluke.
But other people are missing, because second place Head did not make it through opens as well. Even though he got second place, it's hot and cold for him now, though. We're rushing to play at the Coral Cove. We mentioned it. Definitely a little bit more time now. And Ryan, who has qualified, said on Twitter that today is all about securing Coral Cove for him, Coral Castle for him in the future FNCS weeks. And so far, it is not working out as Legless makes quick work of it.
find another player who's also very good at solos and been doing well in DreamHack. Has been popping off. Didn't qualify yesterday, and now today is changing up his game plan. It's that. Goes down early, something, 5 more beats to go. As you talked about, not going for the same thing. But if you're going to come to World Capital, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be the player that you have to know, that you have to beat out every single time. And so that's just establishing his game.
Basically, all the different faces that are joining us today. It's here at in the feed there. Bounty against Volvo. And for somebody who's not been improved, although he did fall off game 1 in the last finals yesterday and still continued to go forward, but maybe things are changing for him down at the Fortilla.
Getting contested is something at those living POIs that you don't want to happen. He got it 3-3 yesterday. Now it seems like Melvin a good opportunity for him to
but the fight is slowing down. There is a disengagement finally. Travis just gets a couple. These guys did not want to continue their fight. They got the surge they needed. Now they back out. Travis still on the wall.
over that top.
Oh my god.
In and out, crash pad doesn't come through. Again, the code is going to go in as well. That player is not in the box. If the edit comes through, Travis plays it perfectly. And that's the attack versus the charge right there. Sometimes the attack is just better, and he is going to be able to pick up the relation.
Fuck's sake. He was so dead as well, man. Like, how you doing? I'm doing alright, man. Just chilling, you know.
Even further down on low ground, but he's still attacking. Chapping starting off strong in this first game, and he wants more.
He wants to solidify
You know, just watching FNCS whilst doing stream on Hype Night, you know? Casual. And then I'll be fucking doing arena when this is over, and then, yeah, so.
Player down below gets a big shot though, but again, the attack versus the charge is just going to have its advantages here, but that player was looking elsewhere.
So up to 4 people on the stream. If you're new, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and share out the stream.
Investigating, hey, are you guys going to be fighting here? I'm here. You guys need to be careful when you rotate through my loot path because I will take you out. Now over to Holly Hedges. Yeah, Rezon. And his performance yesterday, he started kind of weird outside of Holly Hedges where he went for a llama, kind of gave it up, but the rest of the games he was contested here and still won.
Yeah, some of the familiar faces were able to make it. 7 of the top 10 making it from day 1 here today. And he's not showing that Holly Hedges actually has good loot. I think everybody in the community is like, Holly is underwhelming to be alive. And
oh, man.
He's not making it known, like, hey, look at the loot I can get out of it.
Yeah, but he got one from Holly Hedges too. It was basically mirror performances in the early game. He went for a llama, kind of gave it up, but the rest of the games he was contested here and still won.
Yeah, some of the familiar faces were able to make it. 7 of the top 10 making it from day 1 here today. And he's not showing that Holly Hedges actually has good loot. I think everybody in the community is like, Holly is this underwhelming POI, but he's not making it known, like, hey, look at the loot I can get out of it.
Yeah, but he got one from Holly Hedges too. It was basically mirror performances in the early game. We do have a replay from Reason to see how he got this first steal.
But anyway, how's everyone's day today, guys? It's a nice, hot summer's day in the UK right now. Maybe just a little bit too hot.
Not only on the one POI that he starts at, but also others in the area, and that affects his rotation path going forward.
It also establishes his dominance. Nobody's going to want to compete Holly Hedges if they know this player, Rezon, is doing that well, going around, reaching out.
Okay, how about yours?
Other areas
yeah, Danny Mun's been decent, man.
A little bit north here to Sweaty, you have to be very careful. Because easy live there for him. Now, a player that has dominance all around the map, everywhere he goes. Looking to hit us time about not going to connect though. He's got great loadout as well. Does not have Wolfie. challenge him? May not. He put out on Twitter, hey, I'm late at yacht. Savage said, hey, easy Elam. Okay, no Elam coming through this campaign for him. Let's get back to that contestant is actually happening for our Wolfies. Just trying to play a little bit of mind game.
We had Savage, Benji, and Mongrel at one point in the top 5 yesterday. And there's the snipe finally for Savage. Not on Wolfies, but still these early Elams for Savage is something that he's known for. Just taking the opportunities as they come. Something out of those 3 players that I mentioned, yes, a lot of people would think of them as the Titans, the top 3 in the EU, but when it comes to grand finals and final stages, Mr. Savage, far and away, the custom slayer, the set lobbies dominator, as we saw at DreamHack Anaheim, as we saw in DreamHack July, the last DreamHack online that was played, where he placed second. And there's so much to talk about with Mr. Savage, but here is Wolfies.
Kind of a other player not atypical for Europe, right? Very simple. You might happen a lot of shots come through. Wolfies though, player up above is way more healthy. And Wolfies is gonna be careful that have to some early shots in we can fight back to his favor. The pressure is now on trying to use the crash pad offensively there, but not going to be able to do it.
Might be typical for Europe, but also typical for Wolfies. We've seen this happen time and time again, and there's a player holding it outside the zone. He's down to 10 HP. He does have some small shield potions to use, and also the med kit, but how does he find the time with another player coming down the zone? And he sits between both sides. I see the whole way of Wolfies getting out of this run right now.
Gotta make a creative play. That crash pad might have done it. That player considering the pressure, they know he's one shot, they know he's very weak. He's gotta try to find some layer changes.
I'm fucking done with Fortnite. How come, bro?
You're waiting for the opportunity to take shots. He's not trying to get involved in the crash pad come through. Wolfies might go down, though, but the crash pad was not the right spot. Wolfies with the quick edit is going to be able to get out, and he's buying himself enough time, but the question is how much time does he have left? Can he keep up this defensive play for much longer? I don't think he's going to be able to.
Keep dying.
I don't think so either, especially now he's out of crash pads.
Well, alright, so the way I look at it is if you can get like a certain part of your landing spot to yourself, then keep working at that landing spot every like game, like arena, everything.
How far does he have to move? I think that will be definitely going to be a rough spot looking forward as this zone closes.
Very far away. Crash pad was used there, and it just is going to be really rough coming in. Where they're likely going to get held in zone again. But whoever is not getting held in zone, holding people out, is now to pick up another elimination, and is now looking for his third. Trying to get in, he's probably going to crash pad into the box. He does. Cross goes through. The nice pass, one half player as well. They stuck in the water a little bit. We'll be able to keep the pressure up, backing that player so beautifully. I think this is going to be elimination number 3. Savage is off to a hot start. You know, he said yesterday, I'm going to salvage my dominant at the top, and then I'm going to play for his game. Right now, it looks like he's playing for his game. It looks like he's playing for elimination.
Oh my goodness. Savage. Already 3 eliminations in this, and we passed the first place with threshold mark. This is looking scary, just like yesterday, to be honest, which was a moment where I'm like, Savage, if he gets early here at the yacht, if he starts to push this uncontested in towards the seasonal finals, EU might be in for a world of hurt as he will truck right on through if he gets that uncontested. So, definitely a lot of the line for him too, but he's already called now. So, like you said, he's kind of like, you saw a lot of WP on Savage yesterday, but this time, he has no pressure at all. He can assert whatever dominance on anybody in his path, anybody in the rotation, and anybody in endgame with no fear of what the repercussions are for himself.
And he's no, even when he had it contested yesterday, he still dominated. I think he comes on one time, and still able to establish those dominant performances that he did, turning online to the third and able to pop up. Now, from another perspective, life, leave with 2 points, got that placement point, and got the Euro point, and looking to get some aggressive plays on the side of zone this player. Once it's zone, we already know they took the damage there. The RPG very effectively there. doubling it from Marauders. That video of this season, but as you can see, proving to be very effective. And that shot is going to hit him right as he goes to the board, trying to keep the pressure up with the side jump is amazing. Let's see who's down the low HP and just can't escape the pressure there of Light.
Well done from Light. Who barely qualified through semifinals, but he is a mainstay when it comes to weekly finals and the final stage 3 in these FNCSs. We've seen him many, many times, even in the FNCS Invitational as well. Back on board with Savage, and we're coming to him. I have to wonder how many players are near him. Who can he influence in this one? It is on the outside of zone. It certainly is done, so there may just be rotates. He knows at this bridge there will be players trying.
Okay, thanks for the advice. No problem, man.
Almost jumps him, but he manages to get away for now.
I think Pepper is just going to push Savage aggression
Like,
just a little bit.
some people don't like to take my advice, but some people actually do, and when people do take my advice, it actually makes me have a really good day, because I know that I'm actually helping someone.
It's just stopping the lobby.
Oh my goodness. And with little effort too. Every single time, it looks like he starts off strong, obviously, but then gets in the box so fast before anybody else can really even react. In that case, using the harpoon to go right through the brick wall. One hit with that will get you in, and maybe there's more, but at this point, we're getting close to 4th zone. There will be a lot of people starting to base up. These fights will get more risky for him, but does he care? A storm fight on the 3rd zone. Both of these guys are most likely going to get eliminated, whether it's them who take them out of the zone. It's 18 HP right now for Edison, and it's a 2-tick.
He's got like 2 seconds remaining after this, and he's gonna go down to Orza. Orza's so far from that edge of zone. He could probably make it there if he pops the crash pad and has advantages at the same time, but it's going to be very
have to use a launch pad. He might even have to use a launch pad, Clay, because he is so far away from zone. You can see how far, and it's moving. No chance of Orza making it out of this, unfortunately. It feels like, as that 2-tick, he might even go down right as he lands, although maybe he can crash pad out. Some timing here is going to be thin. And just barely makes it in, but he still has more work to do. There it is. It's impossible. There's so many people up at this stage. 61 is definitely a little lighter than before, but in any comp lobby, if you come in at 3rd zone on the death side of it, there's no chance. But if only he popped the bandage, as our friend Sundown would have said to him in that situation, he might have made it out of that one alive.
He was 1 HP and a green. The bandage was a far memory there from him. Had to try something, had to try to get into the zone and try to fight, but couldn't do it. Thomas HP's there in the middle. I think we're going to bandage on Benji, who has not had that dominant performance from him in the later games, but it's just sitting there waiting.
How you doing, Danny?
Pop off online, you know, later this in the late game stage. That's where we see Benji really come online, especially in that big round.
How are you doing?
A lot of shield flow, and that's going to be concerning for Benji. He's got a lot of match. He's got to be careful about that.
So far today, everybody's been following along with the action of the open stages in the round 2 that went on. Benji has been the story, which is pretty common these days when you think about these open competitions and cash cups and all the like. But today's streaming, because he's already qualified, he was very, very likely to not qualify for the through the semifinals at the start. With 2 games left, it looked like it was almost impossible. But then he had 2 moments, 2 back-to-back wins to get right back into it. And Mr. Savage is getting right back into the box with another crash pad. And there is no chance for these guys. It literally feels like he's playing semifinals still. It feels like he's in a W key lobby right now. 5 elims before 4th zone. We're seeing shades of Aiden back from PAX West in this sense. When Mr. Savage doesn't care, he will get in.
And maybe the first time we see the elim cap come into effect. We haven't seen it anywhere near close.
I just got sniped.
Savage may be pushing him envelope right now.
And he's emoting. Why are you emoting?
Wait up for a little bit, but no, he's back in the box. Shots come through.
Honestly, fucking toxic.
Is this Wolfies we're watching? What is going on? This feels like we're watching the DreamHack Finals and FNCS Invitationals Finals with Wolfies' perspective, but no, it's Mr. Savage. Maybe that brief tweet that
right now
did to that coming to the yacht was like, hold on, I'll just chat, I'll show you, I can do what you do, man, it doesn't matter. Wow.
14.
There's another elimination!
Hold on a
Yeah.
When you asked me how I was doing, did you
second.
read
Is
in
this
the
Wolfies
tournament?
we're
Yeah.
watching? What is going on? This feels like
I can't do it.
we're watching the DreamHack
Why?
Finals and FNCS Invitationals Finals with
Wanna give
Wolfies'
up on a
perspective,
meeting?
but no, it's Mr.
I mean,
Maybe
if you eat first and then just 1 minute actually does tend to help.
I had grease all over my fingers, so I didn't do it. So I'm to watch encourage.
I'll
you go
show
against
you. I can do
Falcons.
what you do, man. It doesn't matter.
I'm watching FNCS while
Mr.
streaming
Savage,
and yeah.
6 eliminations. That is unbelievable.
Absolutely insane. But this is the first time for everything. There's 0 point previous winners in the FNCS in Day 1 finals. The first time that has happened in the EU. Very, very, very big coming in there. As we come on to Bad Sniper, who is looking very, very bad in this area. 101 builds, no extra shields, no extra heals, 5 crash pads, some AR ammo. I don't know how he's gonna have to make a very, very interesting play. Someone down below is not gonna let that happen.
Oh my god, why the fuck is this lagging?
It's not just Mr. Savage now. It feels like even bad stuff.
Twitch. That's Discord. Where's my Twitch? Damn.
Obviously, them two going head to head are two giants in the Fortnite scene. Big of another giant. Wolfie's here though, 100 effective HP, no shields in his inventory, no real builds, no ammo to work with. This is not where we see Wolfie normally.
Yeah, but when we saw him earlier in the game, it makes sense why he's in this position. The storm fight that he took and the way he had to rotate out, it makes sense that he's on 3 builds now, but has to work his magic, find mobility, find an impact, and there's never been a time more crucial to do that for Wolfies, but we know he can do it. There's a player on height. He's going to start pressuring. Yes, white health. He's going to get the healing. That's a siphon at least, but still no mobility. So has to look forward to somebody he can actually grab the loot from. Another one straight below him. It's a crash pad. He might get in the box. No. Folds up slightly, but has to make sure he doesn't tunnel vision. Nice block there for Wolfies from the rocket.
He is going to be able to find the crash pad as well. No builds remaining. He is going to take down a Kitro there in the back side of things. Now, Biggie of 42 builds has got shield, has also got a harpoon gun as well to get any extra mats that he can. He's working this into low ground very, very well. This is where we see him operate time and time and again. It didn't matter that he had no builds. It didn't matter that he had no HP. He had a shotgun and an AR in his inventory. That's all he needed. But Benji's going to chop him down.
The backside of it too. And we have Belvy on height, who we saw take out Monver earlier in that game, so he might have Ocean's loot off of the Fortilla, but Benji finds another one. We're still having Mr. Savage though, and he's back to endgame Savage. He's going to target up that height, gets a couple of tags, but does not go up. That's not enough information for him. Here's the short launch. He will be able to get a layer here in zone on the edge too, making sure that there's not much congestion where he lands.
That free player going to have so many opportunities to just walk into his area, and that's exactly what he's looking. He's staying back, he's not moving too far forward, because he does have the floppers, he does still have the launch pad that he can work with, and he's trying to find eliminations. He's already on 7 eliminations. How many more can he get is the question, or will he stay at 7 going into these last moments? He's already established himself as one of the best here in these qualifiers, as well as past games. Right now, he's just putting on a clinic, but he's going to drop down to 34 HP and change his layers. He is going to be able to pop the flopper, but no builds remaining. Savage is going to have to pull off something crazy here.
Yeah, he is. He has the backside of zone to work with to get that HP back up, but now has to find out where these players are going, how they're layering. He finds a tarp, and in front of it, there's a player, but maybe low. He has the peanut butter peak, and that might be the end of Savage, though still working with what he has. He gets a nice 33 tags, but there it is, Zombie. Will take him out and finish the rain. He got the top 20 at least, so
I wasn't even gonna get. I was literally an inch off of getting a kill, and then fucking I get third partied.
It will start to rain down in this low ground. Still has floppers and a full compact SMG to work with.
That flopper going to be so useful if he tries to take a little bit of zone damage. He doesn't have a lot of that to work with. 25 in this stage is definitely a good amount, but he's got to be careful with it. He's going back to his old target. Luckily, the shot comes through the peanut butter peak there. Going to give him a lot of damage, but he's not able to capitalize on it. Wakey is up above. Still in this stage, getting elimination. Deuce is 3 now. We'll see if he's going to be able to make anything happen in this endgame.
That elim for Wakey onto Link might have been huge because Link has been dropping over towards Caddy corner. It could be the shockwave launcher now in the hands of Wakey, but Toos is in a box unexpectedly and he makes it work. Still onto Omega. 4 elims now from Toos, and he even has a little bit more mass. Meanwhile, Bad Sniper fell. Benji, Fishy, and Teak are still alive. Same with 7 Tor, and we do have Belbeach still on Nite.
Vito up there. Flo is actually challenging for height. He must have the shockwave launcher there. As Belvede is going to fall there. Flo is raid height and is taking it from him. Vito there down below. Vinci operating in that big ground area. Unfortunately is going to fall there to leave. Toos is still down below as well. A lot of players can still impact the HP of this lobby. Is still very, very high.
And I think Flois doesn't recognize there's a player all the way above him. That could be interesting. But still down low, Toos will get a shot, just barely misses on the Snazy as he falls to zone, but regardless, he gets the loot, he gets the spoils. Now top 4, Flois will take out Sammy, and Vito will fall into the storm as well. So 1v1 now as Flois with the height to Caddy loot. He doesn't have any heals though, and Toos has so much still in the tank. He'll be able to win the game, and with a couple of eliminations too from the full low ground play that he had, Clay, the victory royale goes to Toos.
That flopper find was so key, it was so amazing. That's going to be it from us. We're going to send it over to the analyst so they can break that down for you.
Guys, that's what I'm talking about. The first game out of EU bringing so much fire. They said you wanted action yesterday, we gave it to you. You want more action today? That's what we're here for. And I love that we got to see 2 different styles of play. The hyper-aggressive out of Mr. Savage, racking up eliminations there in the early and mid-game. And then toward the end there, Toos showing us, look, I need the Big Royale. That's what I'm aiming for, these placement points. And he pulls through with the Big Royale. That's what you'll love to see, Sundown.
I mean, Savage clearly ate his chicken and rice right before this because he was just going through absolutely everyone. Had all the confidence in the world, but something we don't typically see of him, honestly. And it was a really impressive performance from start to finish for him.
Yeah, with stamina all around for all of these players, especially the defense. But the 7 that I want to focus on.
Bullshit!
Who were in the top 10 yesterday and are playing again in the 2nd round of qualifiers and the 3rd round overall of this stage. Moran was the first one dropping over down at Coral Castle. Shots in a little bit of an early game kerfuffle. I believe he does end up getting this one locked in, and then
Mate, like I've already fucking.
Now, Moran actually ended up getting cleaned up right away from Legless here. Mongrel also got bopped right off of the start, but the one thing and the reason we want to focus on these players is only 20 players were able to repeat in the EU. We talked about them having the largest player base qualifying through the final. We expect them to have a huge turnover. But of those 20 players, 7 of them were in the top 10 yesterday, Teak being another one. And I think this kind of exemplifies what you need to do to be one of the most consistent players in the largest, and honestly, again, I'll say it, like, vilify me all you want, Bird, but I think EU is stronger than NA East, particularly when it comes to the solo gameplay that we've seen recently, and Benji is another prime example of this. His consistency and ability to outlast the rest of the lobbies, get into these moving zones, and then create eliminations. I swear, if you run back the elims, Benji got this exact same double yesterday, where he caught somebody on the edge of the zone, desperately trying to defend, and was able to push forward and get a 2nd refresh. And all of a sudden, he turns into what was a pretty shambles game into a 3 elim top 25 performance. That's incredibly impressive.
I'm usually an advocate for NA, but I have to agree with you that in terms of EU fighting all these players all the time, the top of, I would just say, the world, and just becoming the top 10 week after week, day after day, it's insane. The dynamic kind of Benji combined with the combat prowess that he has, it's just nice to see that, as you said it, it's a repeat every single day about what he can do. The same thing with Link too. Big elims, and of course the big man from that game was Mr. Savage, 7 eliminations, making it all the way high placement thresholds in the end game. That's a statement.
Yeah, I believe he was already qualified. They made the top 15 yesterday. So now they're just kind of looking to run it back today and potentially make some more money. Let's take a look at the standings though and see how things are shaking out after that first game, especially with Juice picking up that big Royale. You gotta think that guy is currently in number one.
Yeah.
And it looks like in fact he's 18 points
Encouraging
up
day
right
for
behind
Neo,
that
girl, can't say his name.
Yeah.
He's told her about
Standing
putting
there
in
at third with 15
in
points,
it
low
was
13, and there you go.
Neo, girl, telling him a
That's
story
nice
about someone
recommendation.
putting a
And
licorice,
top 25
6 inch
placement
licorice
in the
in someone's
Yeah, you already see Savage and Benji.
Okay.
Relatively new names in terms of what we saw yesterday. However, some familiar faces in Grizzlies stays and that sniper. Plenty of focus yesterday as well as Scrims player. So nice of him to be able to push up in the early instance. But it's all about who's going to be able to be consistent. Because we've seen that just one game here isn't going to be enough to win the region. It's enough to put you in the top 50, but you have to keep pushing forward. Swap on over to the next page. You have representing Spain, Heretic, Spellman.
Okay.
Felix, Wakey pushing forward as well as 7-4, P6, and then Link rounding out the top 20 shot.
Yeah, I mean, you said that word consistency, and that is key, especially around Europe. It was kind of foreshadowed yesterday that the top 20, top 30 game actually ended up being the top 10 later on because they were just hitting their stride game after game. The top 10 started off really strong, but then started to teeter off later into the day. Ended up qualifying, but not getting those big cash prizes, the big respect for being top 10. So I'm curious to see exactly what will be after that win. We'll see one or two people get wins, but then end up in the top 20. So right now it's about what happens in game 2. How do you just cement your position if you're near the top? How do you rise up if you're near the bottom of that big level?
Right, we still have 5 games left to play. Taking a look at the leaderboard, we can see Fusen is in 42nd after yesterday's performance against first. So it's all right though. Let's do the first game, not a big deal. What I do want to talk about, guys, is this is Savage actually. So we saw this elimination 7 when we first been in. Was he possibly playing too aggressive, right? Like obviously 7 eliminations is great, but it's not the same 4 points as it's been from Invitational. Right now it's only 1 point. So is it perhaps better to string together a few and then say, look, I have to at least aim for top 10? Or somehow do you think that the top 21 is still probably fine in first game?
I'm totally fine with him playing aggressive and seeing how hard he can push these players and seeing kind of where the cap is in terms of his aggressiveness because he already knows he can play well enough to qualify. He proved that yesterday. He knows he can play enough to win these tournaments, but he needs to get a better barometer of where he is and when he can really go fully aggressive on these players. And I think the most interesting push I saw was how he was able to kind of use the pepper and the momentum of the river to kind of double down and continue to slow the gas. He did that multiple times and just using that as a crash pad to get inside of his boxes. It felt like he was reaching almost another level. And I think it's just that because when you get into the grand finals, when you need to reach into that bag of tricks, it almost seems like you see that as one extra one.
Yeah, guys. Well, I'm getting word. Games are ready, so let's get ready to send it back over to Clay and follow for game number 2 of the Fortnite Champions Series.
Thanks so much, Zig. And yes, right back to the action we go. We get to go in with our first place contestant. He's playing up against, I believe, Floki, who has played against the rig yesterday, but ended up falling multiple times off spawn. We'll see who is going to be the bad factor this time with the fall back. And quickly, our first place player is out. Floki, who's not far behind him, is going to be the benefactor of all this.
And we saw this yesterday a lot with Europe, is every time in the early first 3 games, the first player would go down early. We saw Rezon happen, we saw Kazakh happen to them. And so this is not uncommon for Europe, but I thought Suso could be able to turn it around based on that dominant game he had just moments ago, but not able to make it happen. So he's going to have to sit and wait. He's going to have to rethink his game plan just a little bit.
We did see, at the same time, when we saw Reason fall, we saw some of the top names fall. Basically, they still had one bad game as they led the way up the leaderboard. As long as everything else is consistent, so we'll see where 2 cents for Reason. It was already that way in the previous game, falling very early. Now we're looking at Link in a long-range Elis. Down in Caddy Corner, he's going to quickly try to pounce on this with the range from the mountain. He will get right on top of it, but a little too late because there's already a player dropping in here, and it does have the caddy loot. It does have the shockwave launcher and the vault key card. I'm sure he picked that up, but the main thing that he wants right now is the shockwave launcher. He escapes by the skin of his teeth.
It is joy, and that's why the pressure came in, came in to use those crash pads so effectively to get there, but was just a little too late.
He will have the benefit of getting that vault card anyways and being able to refresh on his crash pads and get right back into the game. Another early game fight here. Kura, 2 points for him. 1 Evelyn to start this game off. So only a single point the last game. We'll have to go running here. I call it Steamy Stacks, Countryside. The 2 broken houses here. Kind of changed a little bit in Season 3. Now, another fight on the side of the map. 7 Tor and Erus. This is a World Cup qualifier on the other side, and 7 Tor didn't qualify yesterday. I think both of these guys, so they're showing that they can actually contend in the Stage 3. Nice box. He gets it, and the tag follow-up. There you go. That's what we like to see from 7 Tor. He's starting to heat up a little bit, and he did play well in the semifinals. And when I was watching him, at least some significant improvement from him throughout all the time that we've seen him.
Definitely improvement in that late game where you need to find a lot of
Fuck off, man! You were in the bush that entire fucking fight, alright? You wouldn't have even tagged me once if you weren't camping in a fucking bush.
Yep. On the other hand, Ursa, player that is new to the qualifiers today, does not have any points last game.
I had no fucking ammo and I had no fucking fucking stupid.
Yeah, and well, he might be new to Stage 3. He's definitely not new to final stages. Saw him multiple times with his teammate Quincy, FNCS Duos weekly finals, and also in both of these guys in FNCS Invitational. I have to question though, here at Sweaty Sands, especially with only 2 people, the way that he's playing is to make sure he takes out and starts to contest Sweaty Sands for the future games, rather than actually just taking what you get and disengaging off of it. In a sense, with 2 players here, you could play it like there was one on one side of the map and it's a whole separate POI, but in this case he's waiting and actually wants to fight, it looks like.
And in a perfect situation, he can drop right on top. He played that so well, he was too aggressive. He waited for Omega to come to him. And that's the best case scenario. He just had Omega farm up the entire POI form and bring it to him.
It works. Hey, if they don't know that you're there, it works. So I bite my words in that case. As we look at the Fortilla now, 2 players fighting up on high, but in the meantime, Mongo all the way down low, swimming towards the vaults. Kezix up here against Belvede, who we saw do really well in the last game. He's going to have to back out. 22 materials left, and that's one of the really pitfalls of fighting at the Fortilla early is the materials situation is so rough, but it's all his walls, and Belvede goes down in this case. Kezix is going to be able to take him out and start to rise up. So definitely a couple different trades here off spawn so far that will have huge impacts on the leaderboard looking forward.
But Kezix doesn't have the Fortilla loot, nor did Belvede, so Mongo blessed him down, and folks will have it. As you said, moving towards the vault, he's going to get a lot of loot there. That's going to completely change the way he plays the game. We saw him absolutely destroy kids with it yesterday. He just made it look way too easy to keep our eyes in. He's going to be able to do it in this game. As we swap over to another early game fight between Zeno and a player up above, they do have that.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna hot drop my last games.
The charge from above. And they're going to go for a little bit of a breakdown, but they got to be careful. The third party's doing it. The Stein's not going to connect. They are going to be able to get out of dodge for a little bit. I think this fight was pressure was already down.
I'm on 17 points in fucking 8 games, like.
My
goodness. I'm wondering if that was Zeno's crash pad to break it all down. I think it was. He continues the onslaught. No crash pads in his inventory. It was on the other side. Let's get beamed a little bit.
Oh mate, there was a lot of fucking kids here.
Right out of here if he wants to against Andalex, but another third party means Andalex is going to take it a little slow. slower, realizes that, hey, he boxed up, he probably has the time to heal. There's probably no advantage for me to push in right now, especially after the fact that he boxed up over the metal, but he will leave.
Lowen, now he definitely needs to leave the area. He is the one that got the hit, cockpit launcher, and that charge rocket. Does have the med kit, does have a surface, now he gets it off the time. He looks a little worrisome on the HP. But what's more worrisome is there's another player over here. And I think this is the likely Rezon, because we saw Rezon do this a little bit yesterday. Sorry, my mom just in a Eastman archive there. But this is not uncommon as well, rotating all the way to the zone on this backside on the edge of the dome.
Yeah, in a sense, he's got more sense of it. We saw his disengage from Caddy. The shotgun launcher all the way down the south side of that, going over towards Camp Cod and entire area. And based on how people rotate off those mountains, that's the common spot to go surge. Because he's playing the first time. Oh, Amberlex is still waiting in the box, and he's waiting with a sniper. The first shot might not be connected on the third party, but it will still. You've got to be careful with players like this.
Fuck you, kid.
Maybe he was W king in the first game, but maybe a little bit too risky, like Seek was alluding to in this one, in case he falls before any placement has been awarded, and no elos either. So maybe his yacht is in a little bit of trouble. Maybe somebody is putting the point to him that he will not continue to get that uncontested in through the yachts. I mean, yesterday it wasn't either, but Mr. Savage, out of 6 games, took 5 of those, and actually took out the player who was there 3 of those times.
That's concerning for Savage if he is losing the off-ball fight, because that gives the other player confidence moving into the finals, into the East stage. If they are in the same heat, they make it to grand finals with Savage as well. He'll have to learn how that player moves around the yacht, how they loot, how to fight around it. He was talking about how he learned so well to be able to hide behind a chest, wait for a player to break it up, and then just get that elimination time and time off solid. As we move back over to Benji, who did not see early game last time, but Slurpee coming back has been a very big portion of his early game.
I think I did hear, we didn't even see his early game yesterday, but from my research, I think he was landing here in Slurpee Swamps. The issue was very, very much contested. 5 or 6 players here, and we've seen this issue plague Benji in the FNCS Invitationals, the way that he had to play retail, where there was a lot of people not only landing there at the start, but also switching their spots onto it. Slurpee might not be in that same situation, and there is a player who's going to land on him. So he'll take the opportunity to start W King, try to get the wall a little bit.
What's up to the 4 people on the stream?
Best, but also what plagues him so much. Thankfully he's above Surge and he does not have to worry about this. Last game we did not have to worry about it at all because the lobby essentially took things in their own hands and did not wait for Surge, eliminated all the way down to that 70 player threshold. This time though it's different.
In the lobby, and I think with Mr. Savage there, he had 3-4 eliminations before that second zone really closed. This is the first time we'll see second zone forward in a while here in Europe. Usually, you're right, it's now close.
Downstream Warzone later, maybe. I don't know.
In a way, that easy, he is going to get the elimination. And I was to point out, he wasn't using the crash fence to get in. Like Savage was just playing like a normal box fight. But it worked out for him. He let the player come to him just like we saw Ursa do in Buddy.
And on the flip side, too, Noah's there in Slurpee Swamps having his own fights. The same situation where somebody invades the space and they're like, no, 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 I need this space right here. I need to control the area so the future rotates slightly easier for me. The other side of the map, though, Lufu, the Strokey, all that engaged in little tiny box fights, little spats that will earn them the same type of space. Lufu at one point is going to have trouble with Surge if this does end up activating. More players have fallen though, and we're getting closer to that threshold with the small shield potions he has, and the flopper might be able to out-heal. That might be his plan, is really I don't see him opening up at all, except looking closer to him and making sure that these players aren't engaging in the box fights that we heard earlier.
Especially that they're all built out of metal, it's going to be very hard to get that quick burst damage at the end game. Noah Riley is going to fall there as well.
Oh my goodness, that was the play we saw. Next to Benji, nice shot from Kinsel. I was just laughing because you have a standoff across the river. Kinsel and the other player both holding their guns on each side. They're like Well, you can't cross it, you can't make the goal. It's just a funny situation to see, regardless, though, because long-range pistol shots, something we've been seeing carried a little bit more, and an interesting change that actually hasn't been talked about all that much is the fact that pistol, the patch, the Season 3 change came with a bunch of headshot multiplier reductions. The pistol did not get affected by those, so it actually did slightly more damage when you hit the headshot, and I don't think too many players have really taken advantage of that just yet, so we'll see how things develop, but this season we definitely are seeing a lot more in solos, whereas we used to see it a little bit in T-modes because of the ammo distribution.
And so being a primary user, that he's used it, you see it on clips on Twitter from him all the time. He's very, very fond of that pistol, and I'm not surprised that he's doing it here today. You do see Wolfie's get elimination there in the feed. As we swap back over to Benji, 2 eliminations. Is not going to pull zone, but he's got a relatively free rotation with this natural cover, and as you see on the minimap, nobody really in front of him directly on that white line. He will have to worry about the shots from behind, and you need to worry about a sniper. That's why you see him moving with that crouch, jump, crouch pattern there.
This is so clinical for Benji, and we constantly see these free rotations where he doesn't get shot a single time. Even though he's playing edge zone, even though there are players behind him, he seems to find the path that will most work for him. You don't often see from everybody else. Taking the risk to wait a little bit for that third zone, but then going to make sure that he's in before the storm comes through, like we don't see with Wolfies. We've seen him engaged in fights as the storm starts, but he has the capability to end them quick. And there's a Harpoon, almost knocked him out. He goes on top, almost finds a shot, and he goes through. Yes, it all breaks down. And there's a moment there where Matt is wondering, what is going on? I can't build. In this case, it was the crash pad knocking it all down. The Wolfies take huge advantage of that. Slows up him, and he gets the move again before the zone is actually closing on him. But that engagement, for a second, you wondered whether it was worth it for Wolfies. Yes, but the answer is always yes.
Swapped away, and Lufu actually picked up the elimination onto Fishroki. So that storm surge is going to be good there for Lufu. Ursa's got that early elimination as well, so storm surge should be good for them as well. If Ursa not getting doing that, you're trying to get a full lobby spray, the double white tag going to come through, and that's going to be TC going down to Versa. A very good fight.
1 match remaining, and watch me get killed off of spawn.
Glider gun in the distance, wondering who has that, and also an update on the shot.
My PC froze.
Where we saw, I believe it was Flois, right, who had that shockwave launcher last we looked. Meanwhile, we see Mariah on that backside as well. Here's Friesen. He's made it through. Comparatively to game 1, and like we said, 1 bad game does not end your tournament. Maybe 2 do. He's still moving forward. And potentially could rise back up to the top. There's so much time left, like our analyst said. There's so much time to still shake up these standings. Though the hot starts for players like Benji are very scary if I'm anybody alive right now. To see him start to roll like he did in semifinals in the last 2 games, momentum is on his side indeed.
That's what I would have probably did.
I'm just hot drop fucking stop him.
Points right now will definitely put him far and ahead. The threshold the last time yesterday was 21, if I remember correctly, on EU. But another player gets in this box and will make things change quickly. Tough cuts. Juker hopped right into this box, and that again is a example of the crash pads juice. So easy. Break into people's boxes in the worst case scenarios when you don't expect it to, especially from that diagonal angle, where you really can't even block it unless you're using an edited cone. So difficult to use that in situations where quickest reaction has always been the stairs. Here's Mariah made it into that fifth zone, but fifth zone reveals. And it goes further up into that top east corner. It should be an easy rotate, maybe on foot, but there's a fight breaking out that he wants in on. That player just got the elim, and yes, he finds it. That's a pile of loot, but another player from down below, he will still try to go for it, but pays. There's somebody still looking. To get extra tags there, you can hear in the inside player looting. It's Siberia. This is going to be an interesting box fight, but the crash pad will make it disengage quickly, but right back on top of him, Ryan goes.
That fight is awkward and uncomfortable. Ryan looked very comfortable in it. He will swap away. And see now, here, I want to point out, Rezon did just go down 55th place there for him. In the first place yesterday, coming into today, not playing the same game, not playing the same way. That's okay, he's already down. And he's going to go back to that. Launch pad there for him. He really needed to figure out what the future is taking. The 9 launch pad is going to be able to serve right in the zone. Thank you for the aggressive, but hey, I was going to say something like this. If he is going to drop it, he's right there. And he takes down Kendricks.
Hey, Kendricks, we saw him earlier take down Belvede. So the circle of life continues. Benji now with 3 elims. And possibility to continue his game last time he was up in the top 10, 8th place at the beginning of this. Now with 3 elims up to 16. Depending on how everybody else is doing, basically at 2nd place right now. We'll have to see. Still has the entire end game only 2 placement points out of 14 have been built at this stage. This is where he thrives again and again. Basic 2 end game is a beast of its own, like a complete different nature from other players. He has the awareness that nobody else does, the scouting that he does. It's ridiculous. So the 6th zone is where he activates, especially as he starts to move and rotate in the end game.
And he's got a pretty free rotate as well. He's scouted it out. He's going ahead and looking and scouting out and moving that tree out of his way, getting rid of it. Look at how much information he's gathering just by sitting here in this box and looking at every single angle. He's not just forgetting about an angle because he doesn't think it's important. He's looking at every possibility. And now he can look for eliminations as well. He's going to sit on this side of the zone, wait for anybody using crash pads, trying to break them, trying to get any shots. As he does there, he's going to take down Loki's elim.
Again, that's the 2nd time too in endgame, and he still has a launch pad if he wants to work with it. Yes, a full height launch pad across the trees of him and land very close to this 6th zone edge. Box is up, and it's time again for him to activate, but typically we'll see him continue forward a little bit more. It doesn't go all the way, does not pedal on these eliminations that are maybe even easy, but up above him we've got Bad Sniper, and there's a couple players definitely looking to take this height. I don't see anybody, but it might be on the front side of this. Finally, there it is. Somebody taking it. Can't quite read the name, but regardless, Benji, 2nd height for him. There's a possibility there, Clay.
Very much shambles. He does have the floppers, but that's when he looks to play. He is going to pick up a nice elimination. The factor is a little bit more, but it's still not where he wants to be. Still not the amount that he wants in this in-game. And he is going to need to find another frag. He does have the flopper there in his inventory, but that's it. That's all the HP he's got. He can giddy up if he needs to. With those constantly pushing with these players on his back, he doesn't have a lot of matches. And he finds another elimination on the backside. A very good pickup.
Oh my goodness, that gets him right back into the game, but still needs to get forward. The zone's still moving, and he's going on foot. Hasn't spent a single bit of the mats that he heard, and there we go. Boxes up finally in the zone. That was free. Now can find more, and the information will come to him, but Snazy's still up in this game. I haven't seen Benji fall yet, and there was still that fight for high ground. Latchy in this too.
That is insane. We haven't seen Lecce play very well. And yes, we didn't see him at all yesterday, but today, popping off right now. This game, no, look at him pop off on the low ground. He's been operating so well, so clearly, so methodically, just trying to find these key players, trying to hop into boxes that he knows he can hop into, but running out of mats, he's throwing very well. He's getting this kill. I was very worried that how he was going to get up or not. And dropping the player on him, and he's going in.
That was amazing. The cone for perfect time, and then he phases right through the box. Another player in his way, and I think it takes him out too. Yes, Cartoon gets 2, but Benji's still up. 5 eliminations for him. The shockwave out to zone. He has nothing to get back into this, but he's made it work. 6 eliminations, and the top 5, only 1 will make him get back into this. Maybe if the zone bounces back, but no, 20, and he will fall. Unfortunately, now top 4 though, and we know there's still a lot of players. Bad Snipers, Cartoon, Thunderrise, and Scram as one falls. It might be a 1v1. No, Cartoon might just have a free win here.
And he's able to get back in. 14 HP, he's got something to work with. He's got 2 kills remaining. Arsenal on the high ground with a lot of effective HP. I don't know if Thunderrise is going to be able to do it. He did get in though, so there's still a little hope. Backpads are being used. Cards just throwing him down, trying to make him go into zone. He's flirting with that edge. He's got to be careful. He can't take anything to zone damage. And Clark just shooting on down, dropping on down. This player 2 HP to Dream. He's trying to make some happen, but Clark's going to take him down.
Oh my goodness, what a performance from Carton from the beginning of that, where it looked almost done for him. He finds the materials that he needs, and he gets the win, but just barely. Thunderrise almost made that work. The knockdown shot onto Scram. Regardless, guys, we're going to throw it back to the analyst desk. Zeke, Sundown, and Shilowager are standing by.
Congratulations for picking up the victory royale there. Man, so much action kind of
Okay.
watching game 1, Savage was like,
Oh, he has a blue time.
this time, Benji said, let me get it at 6, and we're playing top 5. So we're seeing a lot of these big names. They're ready to play. They had the yesterday warm-ups, like, all right, no. We're going to be on broadcast, guys. We got to show big time. That's what you'll love to see, Sundown.
I mean, it was another great
Oh,
performance out of
legendary
there.
charge.
You can see Old Man Mountain coming back and claiming his toll. It's been a while, particularly with the amount of mobility that is now there in solos. But again, just a nice little move back over, then back across, knocked out so many players right on the edge. They were really pushed to burn through their resources.
Yeah, like, on the leaderboard, it's Flex versus Flex, Benji and Savage, but at the same time, in games, time to time, the best guys to have time, with that ladder gun grapple going all the way up. Cartoon had it, just held the high ground with it, shot down, so terrible after.
You know, another great item that's been utilized a lot is actually the grass pad. So Fortnite time, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Sundown and Shilowager.
And right now, today's topic is going to be all about the crash pads, how to utilize them, when to utilize them, and then some prime examples, because, you know, what's class without some examples? And hopping right on board here, it's Mr. Savage with some early game aggressive uses, using the
I
first
fucking knew it.
distance on his opponent, and then using the crash pad inside the box, not once, but twice, to then close the gap against his opponent, get in, and secure the elimination.
Yep, that's the first lesson. Lesson number 2 is that sometimes eliminations are very far away. Opponents around you can just grab up your loot. Instead, you can just use these crash pads even early on, catch up quickly, surprise them, and then claim your prize. Link does exactly that. Remember, top 10 from yesterday, top 10 in the brain too when it comes to using these items, and he's right there to delve down more damage, get the loot he deserves, and then wrap up his game and move on afterwards. There's a crash pad to escape there too, but it's not enough when you're facing the early game crash pad. It's accurate, God.
Very well done from there. Another good play coming out from Wolfies is the denial of space. He used it to go up vertically, but then it prevents his opponent from being able to take any of the space underneath him. A very well-deserved elimination coming out
so
there
ill.
from the XL player.
You feel so ill.
Man, we gotta calm down a little bit with this.
I mean, class is in session, and right now the lobby's getting too loud towards the end game. There's so many pads knocked down.
10 games, 24 points. I hate when the charge. I just hate the charge. Like, I get the charge off the fucking start. Like, I don't want it.
Out there on reset, hitting the bouncy house, but now Archive showing us really
what the master class of crash pads and bouncy house looks like, using the one against the brick wall for the angle, and then making sure he's chaining them together right on the edge of the zone to minimize the amount he's exposed. And that was effectively a dead side rotation onto Luke, where he took 0 damage, and he's able to get a nice little refresher on the maps as well. Did unfortunately take the charge shot there, but ends up on the priority side of zone and a refresher on his crash pads.
Literally like a baller from the World Cup. There are combos though that you can do with crash pads. We saw this over at the Booga Cup with Kinzel, playing it out in slow motion to teach you guys that even if it's a cool idea to throw it to, even if you think you have the nice combination of 2 of the craziest items in the game, sometimes it does not work out that way. Crash pads and shockwave launchers do not mix.
They don't mix like water and gasoline going together. Kinzel also unfortunately jumping right at the wrong moment to send him flying back out of zone. His own crash pad, his own shockwave be the end of him there, sending him all the way out into the zone with a much needed victory royale that could have potentially gave him the momentum. Remember, he finished 2nd in that Booga Cup, falling just short, and Hardy Tronicle being the benefactor of a nice little cheeky victory royale right there.
And sometimes all you gotta do is sit still in your chair and let the game play out, let the lesson develop itself. But good there for Hardy, unfortunate for Kinzel. Thank you, and class dismissed.
There you go. We did our learn another crash pad, guys. Thank you so much for breaking that down. You know, we like to have fun here, and that's all it takes. The crash pad coming in clutch for a lot of these players. Expect to see so much more.
Not so annoying.
And guys, of course, we just wrapped up game number 2. We want to take a look at the standings, see how things are kind of shaking out, because we know from that first game, you know, the first game is pretty standard, right? We watched Savage pick up and chain together eliminations, putting him in 5th place. But where is he now? Benji Fishy stringing together 6 in a top 5. What does that mean for him, especially for Cart, the victory royale? Does that mean that he potentially could overtake that number 1 spot? In fact, Benji Fishy placing top 5, 6 eliminations. That was what bumps him up to number 1, 26 points, Sundown.
I mean, you had to kind of expect it, and we talked about it yesterday as well. He had really a good start there. It seems like he's had his consistency rolling, but you can't count out Teak, another player who was in that top 10, in the top 7, who we talked about were able to repeat and come through. You see Savage there in 18th as well. Lecce able to really push up after a poor first game, so solid second performance out of him. See Eno rounding out the top 20, but only 12 points to make it onto that second page right now. Still 4 more games to go.
The same story of Europe continues. The top 10 sometimes gets cursed.
So we continue.
It one Benji breaks that curse.
So how many points did you get? How many points did you get?
Now he's in first place. I don't know how. We saw it though. It's best eliminations over here though. I think are the individuals to keep a nice keen eye on. Link, 7 Tour, Wolfies, Velvet. All these guys have the potential and the mindset to climb up higher. They're playing consistently. Every point matters through all the ties. I feel like this next game might be one of the most important ones to watch.
Absolutely, especially now when it has to matter. You have to put your foot on the gas. Look at the ball, though.
You all said blame.
Make the change. If you're on the top, you're looking to just cement yourself. If you're on the outside, we're trying to just break through that bubble. Guys, we're getting ready to hop into game number 3 of the Fortnite Champion Series. So let's send it back over to Paul. Please tell. Take it away, boys.
In that one you was.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Yeah, you got it.
That was an amazing crash pad class there.
This one.
Cut down
Yeah,
we got a little education here on the Fortnite stream. Hart, though, looking to educate us
all
on how he got
the
that victory royale.
Right, hey?
What a game from him, too.
Not
Pushing
really.
him all the way up to 3rd place. Things will be looking very, very well for him in the next
Yeah,
couple of
right.
games, but who knows? Still so many things to consider. Mr. Sabs in the off-spawn fight, we saw him fall early in the last game, but he's got the crash pads, and like we just saw in the class, especially in game 1, he can use it to his advantage. The diagonal shot again, and quick damage. The tag shot will follow up, and he's not letting him go, but let's get back all the way through. The same crash pad again, and this time, there's no escape. There's no way you can place a wall in between there. Savage
10,
with the knowledge of the
9,
environment. That is the drop spot.
8, 7, 6,
And you know, we were students in that class, we're students here in Savage Master, and using these crash pads, this all around is adapted so well, and they're putting him in his arsenal. And guess what he's just done? He has claimed the yacht yet again. This is Savage's boat. You know, he spammed that cabbage to help Mr. Savage. I don't think he needs help anymore. I think he's claimed it. It's his. That is Savage's boat now on the map.
Like Shia said, there's other people lurking in the distance to activate. Just a little bit of fire needs to be thrown up the gas for some players. In the prior 2 games. Now looking for a much better performance. He's on the outside of Misty Meadows. There's not that much looting contested here. It means that this fight could be really interesting, but thankfully he does have the equipment to do this. Shotgun and all. SMG 2. And there's not going to be much match to hold on if you're the other player.
And in versus Jules, again, we saw this right happen before. He is going to just continue to press up.
An hour and a half.
We're in the same match. We're in the same match.
He can get in with the harpoon, break those walls. It's very effective.
Oh, no, we are.
Break the wood walls.
Yeah, we are. I hate you.
He is going to be able to get the wall now. That player running.
I'm going anonymous. Hello, Gabby.
Still on. He's trying to go back and forth. That player thought he got him. And a little bit of a bait switch there. 7-4 is just running this player around the little box. He doesn't hold much of this, but he's playing like he does. I think this is going to be the elimination. Wall's been taking the snare, trying to be edited. That player finally goes down. He tries to get out. But the editor just trying to let 7-4 in at this point. And 7-4 look at how his pickaxe out. He gets the elimination.
Those almost flipped that situation on him entirely. But Senator has been the fight, and he moves on. 12 points for him now.
Right, are you going to kill me? You're not going to kill me, okay?
Into the top
You're
10.
not going to kill me.
No, as the Eastern European cohorts did the other day too. It was them outside of top 10 as we approach the halfway mark, and then from then they start to explode. We saw a couple of elims in the feed. I saw Benji take down
I did see you, by the way.
Tus, I believe.
I can't see my chat. Why is my chat not popping up?
Yeah, you see me, you see me.
At Coral Castle, he flips, but the wall is not. He's behind, so he's stuck between 2 of his own, and the crash pad will. Claw as he couldn't get the reset fast enough, as he couldn't put up an unbreakable force for Orion to try to break through, and he does that.
It ended up going down.
That's
how he went in the second game. In this game, showing, hey, I own this place. This is mine, Coral Castle. You're going to have to fight me. You ain't going to fight. Our coach is going to fight.
Can you add me, Lewis, on 75 Hertz? I can.
He's back down to about 192 effective HP now. And that, the crash pad being used, he's going to take it fast up. The player could head it down, though, and that's going to be where he goes to get out. Our coach, though, tracking him very well, continuing this pressure from up above and down below. This player just running away. Our coach is on the opposite of the crash pad going in. That wasn't the best one. It just sent him the opposite direction he wanted to go. He's doing so well. He's tracking this player well, baits him out. But unfortunately, Tomei was ready for it.
That's now the second time that Marcotte has fallen off spawn. Fortunately for him, he's going to be stuck on that 6-point mark where we said there's going to be a little bit of work necessary for him to go through. The other side of the map, we have Wakey taking a couple snipe shots, trading a couple of snipe shots on both sides of this. Maybe got the tag as that player boxed up on the backside and almost gets a second, but time is sitting still. Kinzo finds 1-2, even though he's slopping the booger cups. Okay, Wakey, headshots, snipe out of the hunting rifle. We got a replay. I believe Benji played.
Yeah, because he picked up his first elimination here. The shots do come through. He does lose a lot of HP, but again, the tag just catching easy off guard. That's a big elimination.
Clay, he had 50 HP. That was just the siphon. He was literally less than 1 HP in that fight. Lived by the skin of his teeth, literally, in that case. My goodness, is that a close line that Benji just cut. And against Queasy of all people, He's got to be feeling happy about that one. Also probably surprised as all else when he saw his HP situation, but Slurpee Swamp still be able to get right back up, as you can see now that we tune in with him.
I fucking spelled it wrong.
Back at it again.
Benji, I think is gonna have to start paying rent. He's first, and Pika's Worth both finished top 10 in day number 1. But this is a different Benji than we saw yesterday. Benji we saw yesterday ramped up in the back half of the game. Benji today is here to play, and he's here to top half a game. The question is, can he consistently keep that going into the next half?
That's exactly right. Is he going to continue living here in the top 10? Or will the landlords kick him out? We'll have to see. 77 players in this game. Things are definitely getting a little bit more aggressive, as we basically saw in the first game. Mr. Savage and other players might be the benefactor of that. And again, definitely a shadow of what he's sitting in the shadow of where he was yesterday, because really I don't see him at all. I'm going to go ahead and take a cursory glance over my second monitor and find out where he is. 65th place for a reason. Definitely not what he wanted to do after the momentous day 1 for him.
And he's setting up a very good trap. We've seen this happen a lot, is that Bush is providing you so much protection.
I'll be back in a minute, stream. Fucking hungry.
Players smartly just trying to edit out some different layers, but this is, again, a different playstyle than we saw yesterday. He's trying to replicate that playstyle, and I just unfortunately don't think it's working different. He is going to get in. The shot is not going to connect that player. He's getting a heal off there. Rezon, though, trying to the pepper will be popped. Now he's got that movement on his side. Now he can move back through cleanly. I thought he was going to be right on top of the 66. Is going to go through. He is going to take down Velvet. The elimination does actually come through.
Velvet again, falling. Second game now in a